Welcome to Ornaments of Grace, stories for Advent and Christmas. In the scripture for the Monday of the first week of Advent, we read from the prophet Isaiah, "They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. One nation shall not raise the sword against another, nor shall they train for war again." Pastor Mofid, along with his large and energetic congregation in home Syria, may have unique insight into the words of the prophet Isaiah, and may have a way of living out those words in ways we can only imagine. As many know, the city of Homs was targeted at the beginning of the civil war in Syria. Many churches and mosques were destroyed by the militant forces. While Pastor Mofid's church suffered grave damage, it survived basically intact because it had been used as a base for the militants. Christian images, such as crosses, had been removed. And members found, based on what was still written on the blackboards, that religious education classrooms had been used for militant indoctrination. A peaceful place had been transformed into a weapon of war. In spite of the danger still existing in the city, Pastor Mofid was one of the first to move back into his home and his church in 2014, when the government allowed it. There, he and his fellow Christians decided to make the text from Isaiah come alive. They worked through impossible odds to create a peaceful place where people could gather for worship and fellowship. They constructed, in addition to their church, a cultural center with computers, books, and meeting spaces open to the whole community. There they even housed relics saved from nearby mosques. The church overflows today with people seeking a sacred space where love has overcome the divisions of war. Well, we don't live in a physically war-torn nation. We receive the same call from God that the prophet Isaiah uttered so long ago. We know it will be work because swords don't magically transform into plowshares. Weapons of war have to be beaten into peaceful tools. Pastor Mofid is our second Ornament of Grace. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. One nation shall not raise the sword against another, nor shall they train for war again. Observing the beautiful ornaments. Do you have a sword, maybe your tongue or something you use to manipulate another, that you can beat into a plowshare, transforming it into something that can be used for good? Is there something you can contribute to your community to bring people together for peaceful purposes, such as distributing food or clothing, or helping with job searches?